I decided to do an urban legend theme, and it shows the political or social critique of how judge a book by its cover. So, introduction. Isaac is a young boy with a huge imagination, and he lives in Frankfurt, Germany. So basically, in the beginning, he goes to bed, but then he gets woken up by a strange light coming from outside of his window. He goes to investigate, thinking it's a camper trespassing, and this is right when the first paragraph I'm going to read. So, right as he was about to make it into the clearing of the fire pit that was located near a riverbank coated with small pebbles of all colors that Isaac and his friends used to skip across the water for contests when he was young, he heard a pattern of small drum beats all around. When he realized it was just water drops falling from the heavens above, but it built up into a solid shower, making his already blurry vision very vivid. He heard the loud hiss of the fire as it tried to fight the constant barrage of drops dripping on it from the canopy of pines above. He was about to step into the clearing of the campsite when he heard a loud crunching and lip-smacking sound that seemed to pierce out of the loud sound of the rain above. The hairs on Isaac's neck stood up, and he felt the confidence he built up slowly drown out of his skin like a leak in a bucket. Isaac peered around the bend of the riverbank. At first he saw nothing but the rapid waves of the river crashing over the pebbled bank. But as he looked closer, in the dim fog the rain had made, he just made out a dark silhouette of what he thought was a large animal. But when he realized what it was holding, he almost shrieked. At that moment, time froze. The raindrops stood still, and the fog cleared, revealing Isaac's worst nightmare. Crouched 5 feet from the bristly bush that Isaac was hiding behind was a massive 20-foot dark creature with pulsing big muscles devouring a whole cow. Isaac, still frozen in place, examined the features of the beast with great fear. The creature had two massive horns protruding from its dark, rigid skull, blood dripping from its massive fangs that Isaac could barely see from the awkward angle he was looking from. Isaac blinked, time resumed, and when he looked back to where the massive creature was, all that was left there was the massive cow carcass that was turning the nearby stream crimson red. Okay, so to fill you in after that part, he runs to his house, he closes the door, he looks behind him because he hears a scratching on the door, and he sees two big red eyes staring down at him. It's Goatman. So he runs upstairs, locks the door, hides under his bed. He hears a crack outside, and he sees Goatman walking into the forest. He then wakes up the next morning, tells his mom, but she doesn't believe him. So he runs to a nearby cave where he thinks Goatman is, and he tells her to go in there to find Goatman, and it's just a homeless man in there. So she thinks that Isaac just saw a homeless man, so it's kind of a rebirth moment because Isaac realizes that his imagination is kind of making his life hard. So he basically, they let the homeless man stay at their house in Isaac's bed, and then this happens. Isaac woke up late that night, startled by another bad dream. He strode to his dog Einsif's kennel and let him out. He grabbed a piece of sausage from the pantry and let Einsif outside to do his business. As he was watching him in the blackness of the night, Isaac sensed a strange light coming from the corner of the forest. He looked up to see two big bright eyes, hungrily staring back at him from the forest. That night, Isaac's bed was empty. That is my story. There's still a lot more stuff about it, but that was just like the brief synopsis. I hope you enjoyed.